Hello and welcome back, everybody, for this edition of the Rushville Recap. And before we get started, I just want to say Happy New Year's, everybody. Speaking of the new year, it is now 2022, which, if you didn't know, is Rush County and Rushville's Bicentennial. Let's go to Brian for more.
All right. Thank you very much, Nick. We wanted to take a quick moment to kind of talk about the Bicentennial, what's going to be happening this year. And it's a really good time to do that because Nick is back for the winter break. So we were able to get a quick podcast worked in here. We started meeting probably the middle of last year with a big group. And just to kind of share some of those folks, we have a committee that's meeting monthly and in between when we need to. But some of those folks I wanted to call out and thank so far has been Mayor Pavey's been one of those. John McCain, the ECDC, Sandy Fusion of the Chamber, Christy Amos, the Foundation, Joe Rates, the Heart of Rushville, Katrina Cooper with the Genealogical Society, John Wilson, Steve Mahan, Becky Webb with the Historical Society. Larry Stout joined us with Rush County Heritage. We've had my daughter Riley, intern, help us out with a little bit of some of our items. Patty Caudell with Rushville DAR, and Teresa Farthing. So what we're going to start doing now is really trying to connect with organizations and events that are already planned for this year and work with them to try to blow that up for the Bicentennial. But our official celebration is going to be planned for Saturday, September 17th, which is the normal day we would do Rush Fest and Wilkie Days. We're going to add on to that. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but that will be the big day. But we do intend to celebrate the Bicentennial throughout the year. Safe to say?
Safe to say.
Okay. Do want to report that you want to keep an eye on Facebook, and we do have a website that'll both be going live here very shortly, if not already. Those will lead you to events and other things that are available early on. We had the banners placed. The street department did a great job getting out the banners, which helped celebrate the Bicentennial. And I think our first big Bicentennial where they got to see something was the new entrance at Riverside Park, which again is where we plan to kind of culminate the year's events. So I'm not the only one talking here. We're going to bounce things around a little bit. And one of the big things that we did already this year was the Bicentennial coloring book.
Yes.
I'm going to hand over to Lexey. Tell us a little bit about this.
Our great coloring book, which features some historic pages and also some local businesses. We have some on Cinder Rice Brown, Tracy Porter with our Caldwell Acres. We have a Pizza King one, and my personal favorite is the Christmas on Main one with Joe Rates. So there's lots of great things in there, but you can buy them at different local businesses, and I know the elementary students are hopefully getting theirs soon, so exciting stuff.
And those businesses being the Mocha Moose and the Rushville Pharmacy, both carrying those. Also, City Hall has some. We are down to probably about 60 or 70 of those left. So if you want, they're $10 a piece. And I do want to shout out to Lexey, who there are 40 different community pages that tell about our community's history. And she did that this summer. So it's kind of neat to come back and see your work.
Yes, very exciting. Put
together. It's done by Color My Town. And then we had 40 local sponsors that the Color My Town folks went out, found the sponsors, and just a lot of really neat pages and faces that you might recognize.
I'm still astounded by our favorite page is Joe Rates.
I love it. It's perfect. It's so exciting.
and Joe will appreciate that comment.
And Mayor Pavey makes you're an entry in the book there.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's not forget Brian Sheehan is in the
and William Laughlin.
I believe you're wanting to say Bill Laughlin.
Yes,
That's
of
the
course.
hip newer version of the father of our community. So those are all kind of neat. Be looking for some opportunities this year if you want to learn more about the history and you don't know what's available. We will be sharing shortly. There's probably 10 or 15 different books that are available right now, but we're working on a book that would be a coffee table book for Rush County. Again, that's something that I think this was more Lexey and Riley, but Nick also played a part in that as well, of gathering that information, writing the stories, and getting those ready. So I look for that to break somewhere between March and the end of the year. We'll see how that goes in locking that up. But that's another thing we have coming up. We have art projects. We're trying to do some art projects. And Mike, tell us what you think. One of the first art projects we saw downtown the back of the Shell station.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the lead in. I like it.
And we like to call that playful realism, where it has things that were always on that corner, which is kind of cool.
And to me, the most astounding part of that was I think she got it done in like 3 days.
Oh, it was unbelievable. It really was.
Beautiful.
And that she is the niece of Bill Herdrick, cousin of Heather Meckes, but came into town and did a great job. I know that Lance is working on something down in Milroy with a mural, and he may be doing some other stuff around town. So we'll keep you posted on different art projects. Speaking of art, a different kind of art is, what's the fancy term for what you guys have been working on?
Probably like graphic designs. Yeah, we've had a ton of projects here. We're working on a lot of like throwbacks and different like famous Rushville businesses and trying to get that on RedBubble, which is a website where you can buy all kinds of merchandise, t-shirts. We have, like I said, tons of throwbacks, old Just Stripe signs. We've got Mr. Freshies, Deb and Bob's, which I had never heard of before. Shows my age. We have, and then just like some generic Rushville hometown pride ones. And then there's even a few features from our friend Bill Laughlin and tons more to come. So
I didn't know William Laughlin had gone to Bill.
Well, he went to Bill, and
we're close now. We're good friends now.
He had tattoos the other day.
Nickname basis, yeah.
And a hat.
There's
one of the
lots
things
of different features.
we've worked really hard on is to try to get things that people my generation and maybe older would find like, okay, that fits me. But I've given them the freedom to actually have a little fun. And I think there's a number of things that you'll see the younger kids, junior high school, college students that will want to see it because they're kind of, I say hip and cool, but they tell me that's not cool to say that. But
I saw.
You saying it's not hip and cool to say hip and
yes,
cool?
that's exactly what I'm saying.
I saw William Laughlin look, I guess Bill Laughlin. They looked a little bit like Post Malone.
Yes, he did
has
have
a
a
lot
little
of
posty
features.
going on.
So
That one will be entertaining. And then we've most recently been working on a couple of things with Pizza King that we're hoping
Yep, we've got some
to
pretty
launch.
exciting ones with that.
There's some fun things as long as Pizza King finds them fun as we do, which we have not shown them yet.
I think
Hopefully,
they will.
hopefully you'll see that coming out soon. So a lot of fun in that area. We talked about a large scale concert, and every year we try to end the concert season with a bang with some type of elevated act. We're getting real close to having the series completed, and we'll hope that within maybe the next couple weeks we'll have something that we can make an announcement.
I think we can say we have every concert figured out except for that last concert.
And we've knocked that one around several different ways, but do expect some form of a major or a national act that people will know and like, and we're really trying to set it up for a fun party to end where families can feel very comfortable in coming down and enjoying that concert. So keep you posted there. And then I think the other thing is just really thinking about the community events as they come through. We just had New Year's, and you saw immediately with the banners showing up downtown. We'll have St. Patrick's Day, your farmers market, the fair, all of those types of events. We're hoping to be able to make a statement somehow there. We also have posters that are available. We'll be getting those out to local businesses here soon. And the neat thing about that is those posters, at the bottom of those, what will they find, Lexey?
Oh, they'll find a QR code where you can scan and find the merchandise that myself, Nick, and Riley Sheehan have made. So make sure that you scan it when you see it. And you can also find, is it the website or the...
Yep, the website will eventually have that connection.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how, you just take your phone, pull up your camera, right? Mm-hmm. Aim your little camera at the QR code.
Yep, and then you hold down on the screen.
Hold down on the screen. There'll be a little link. It'll pull up the website automatically, and you're off and running.
Yep,
So,
and we will also be posting links on Facebook, Instagram.
So there's 2 QR codes. One's for the merchandise.
Yes, one's for RedBubble with like the different T-shirts and throwbacks, and then the other one's for the Bicentennial website.
and then Mike, maybe end here with telling us a little bit about what's it mean. I mean, we actually, I remember us talking about this like 10 years ago. That, oh my gosh, 2022, it'll be here before we know it. And it is that fast. But what does it mean to you being the mayor? What should it mean to our community? I mean, to take a time to really honor this moment.
I mean, obviously it's a significant date. It's something I think, I remember the sesquicentennial. So I remember being a kid. I remember there were all kinds of things that we did. Some were, sports competitions and And so you did things, and it was significant. You remembered it. You remember what you did to win the coin, which was the thing that was given away then. So I think it's important to be that big of an impact on people's lives and celebrate what the community has been, whether it's as a county or as a city. I think it's, like I say, it is, I don't know, I think, like I say, one of the prouder things you get to do and make sure that you host it in a manner that's appropriate. So.
And I think the really neat thing for it, and not that it wouldn't be in the back of your mind or our minds as you roll towards this date, but it's really interesting at how many projects kind of came through the system and got completed by 2021. Stellar being one of those that wraps up in 2021, and then we get to celebrate in 2022 as a community. And this is Rushville and Rush County, which really includes everyone by that. Now, some of the towns may have started at different times, but for the most part, everyone can celebrate that it is the county and the city's 200th birthday.
And I think there's like you talked about, there's a wrap-up celebration for things that have happened, but then there's a kickoff celebration for things that are going to be coming. You're going to have, Diamond Pet Food coming. You're going to have the Ready grant. So there are things to celebrate that are going to be happening. So it's neat. It's unique.
And I just thought maybe one way to celebrate, and we can start that, is just have a bunch of people show up at the track, and we'll do 200 dashes and just see who can record the best score without collapsing.
You're talking about the track and field, the
Yes.
midget track?
No, I think I'm track and field. We're going to run this thing out. So.
I may walk in. I might walk in.
But there are things like that. If people have an idea, we do have a logo available, and if your organization wants to take off and say, hey, we'd like to host a Bicentennial dance, or we'd like to do something along those lines, or say El Reparo, Pete's King, any of those would like to incorporate the logo into their T-shirts that they wear for work, just get a hold of me. Those are things that we can work on so that people see that logo and reminder that it is our Bicentennial.
The 5K, we should probably figure out some way to incorporate into it.
Maybe a 200K?
No, not anything like that.
Absolutely. Those are the kinds of things that we'll try to get out to each organization, try to have them think that. But so, Lexey, what does it mean to you, a younger person that probably the first time, maybe you're even hearing, it might be the first time you're hearing that word. I don't know.
No, I literally wasn't expecting it until I came to work here, and it's been so cool, like just taking a part in the actual projects, and then just like having like a first-hand experience of seeing what makes Rushville special and all the different things. Like, I've loved making the graphics and seeing like, oh, this is only offered in Rushville, and like getting a chance to celebrate that. It's pretty monumental. And
I think one thing we did this week that we'll announce more of this down the road, but Nicholas Newman was with us this winter as well, and or really it was about a 6-day period that we kind of 6-7 days that we got to work together, and we came up with a Rushville quiz show, Jeopardy, where we have basically 2 sets of those games. We're going to try to figure out how to use that and incorporate it, but there's a lot of fun things in there that I told the kids that helped work on it that they're probably more knowledgeable than 50% of the people out there, maybe more than that. If we have that game show, so it is funny if you come up and you want to know some kind of weird obscure trivia. Yeah. She may now have that in her head and not be able to get rid of it. A lot of stuff I never thought I needed to know, and I know it now. So yes, let's see if I can throw a test at you. I didn't make the Jeopardy. I'm going to give you one. Let's see. Oh, I should look at. Well, I'm not going to do that. It's unfair.
You can't give one that's really on.
Huh?
You can't give one that's really on.
Oh wait,
the game.
that's true. That'll give it away.
Well, they won't know. They'll have no idea if it's in the game, but. When did the Lions go to the state? That's something you may not have known that you may now.
Was it in the 70s? Was it 76?
Yes.
76?
She
okay,
got
there
it.
we go.
But it was funny how many of those things that we all take for granted that we just know that's Rush County history, that sometimes the kids were kind of like, really? Or, well, who would ever know that? Or maybe sometimes why would they care was some of the things. But it really is, it's a neat experience. And for us, to be able to share that with you guys, a younger group, and have some fun with it, I really appreciate you guys' efforts. So,
in as much as I hate to admit it, Nicholas did a very good job, and we have a very fun relationship. But he was amazing what he accomplished and all that. So, good kid.
Well, thank you all for showing up or listening if you're here, and we'll try to do some more of these again. down the road. And this is something we'll want to incorporate, I think, throughout. Once I get some interns back this year, we're going to, if it's not Nick, it's going to be someone like Nick that can help us do these things to get information out to you throughout the Bicentennial.
You can pretty much tell when the interns are back because we do technology-based stuff, and whenever they're not here, we don't.
That's right. Other than that, then it's just me and you on the phone. And it's,
Yes.
So,
or it's a proclamation or a letter or something like that.
So again, thank you guys. Good luck back in school. And if we don't see you back here, hopefully we'll see you back here soon. Just say hello, and we thank you for all you've done.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
And that will wrap up our bicentennial edition of the Rushville Recap. Whether it's staying tuned for the 200K show-off between Mayor Mike Pavey and Brian Sheehan, or it's buying all your favorite merch for the Bicentennial Parade on September 17th, make sure that you're excited for the Rushville 2022 Bicentennial. Thank you.